Hey everyone, it's Frazelma Lynn, the Parenting911 Coach, and we are doing something new and different. This is the beginning of teaching parents. The beginning of teaching parents. All right, so this is how we're going to work with it. We're going to actually just teach. Each session we'll be teaching on something different, another part of this amazing parenting journey. So we'll just be teaching on different things. We hope you come along for this journey. All right. Today, we're going to talk about in the beginning. All right. Because beginnings are so very crucial. Beginnings are crucial. And especially when we're talking about the beginning of life, the beginning of life. So if you are just finding out that you are pregnant, or if this is not just your first child, but maybe your second or fourth or 10th, you still have this new life that's beginning to grow in you. Beginnings are the genesis of something amazing, or can very well be. They are the development, the start, like a new day, like when the sun is rising on a brand new amazing day. Beginnings, just think about the beginning of life is growing in you. And if you are the father, the beginning of a life that you helped create, that you are now the influencer of, that you are now responsible for. So now, in the beginning of this new life, we have to understand that parenting is an amazing journey. That's a secret, it seems, that parenting is an amazing journey. We tend today to just think that, just parenting is, oh well. No, no, no. See, you have to be hyped up and ready and excited for all that you are going to provide for your child, all that you're going to give to the child that you have now been gifted with. Just think about it this way. From the time your child is born up until the 18th birthday, you have 936 weeks. 936 weeks. That's all of us have as children for childhood. From the moment we're born, whether we're preemies or we've been able to go a full term or whatever the case may be, from that moment of birth until our 18th birthday, that's 936 weeks of childhood. Now think about it. After that point, childhood is over. We move into what we know as adulthood. So as a parent, you have 936 weeks to actually frame your child's life. Our childhood frames our adulthood. And that starts in the beginning and it keeps going until they become adults. Now, many of us don't think that the beginning is so crucial. Some of us miss the beginning, and sometimes we miss in between. We're so busy looking at the end, but it's what you do in the beginning. that truly sets your child's life up for success. It's how you handle the beginning that truly puts your child in place, in position for success for the rest of his or her life. We are the influencers. We are the most important people as parents. We are the most important people in our child's life. No, it's not the teacher. It's not the daycare worker. It's us, the parents. And trust me, parenting is not so much about you needing to know everything there is in life. No, because none of us do. Parenting is more about us finding out what we need to know. It's about us searching and reaching out and finding those things we don't know, but finding who does know. And getting the information we need that's going to help our children be even better than we are, to help our children go even further than we have gone in our lives. So the beginning is important. I've had this burning passion. My background is education. So I'm a retired teacher and school administrator. Now I'm a parenting coach. I've had this burning passion because I see firsthand how educating our children is slowly being put on the back burner. And parents, we can't allow that to happen. I see more and more children not knowing how to read. And I see more and more parents who didn't learn how to read now becoming parents, and they don't know how to teach their children to read. So I've talked about it, I've voiced it. Now it's time for me to do something about it. So we are going to be teaching parents how to parent, how to teach your children how to read, how to teach your children how to do math, how to make sure your home is structured like it needs to be. We're going on this journey, these 936 weeks, and we're going to be teaching different parts of the journey. Today, we're going to concentrate on this. Just carrying the baby in your womb is not enough. Just fathering the child, being the sperm donor, is not enough. Many times, we think that's it. But no, that's the beginning of the beginning. That's the beginning of the beginning. Now, there has to be a fire lit inside of you that cares about that child's life so much so you're willing, if you are the mom and dad, you're willing to stop smoking because that's not healthy for the child. And the dad will say, well, why do I need to stop smoking? Well, because you're going to be around the mom, and that's still not healthy for her. Remember, everything that goes in and around your child, it affects your child. So parents, if you do drugs, stop. If you're pregnant, stop doing the drugs. Even if your child is born, if your children are toddlers or school age or preteens or teens, you don't need to do the drugs in their presence. You don't need to do the drugs at home where when they walk in, that's all they see and smell. We have to understand everything now, since we are parents. We are the CEOs of somebody's life. Everything we do affects them. So let's talk about the beginning. You have to have that fire that burns in you, that lets you know that you'll do anything that you need to do. You'll make whatever sacrifices you must make to make sure your child has a chance at a good life, to make sure your child has a chance in this world. I was a teenage parent. When I got pregnant, I was a little down and out because now I didn't know really what exactly I was going to do. And the father of the child and I were no longer even a couple. So I called him. Out of the goodness of my heart, I thought I should at least let him know. And I called. Well, his response was he would give me money for an abortion. Now, let me tell you, that's the moment I went from just being a pregnant teenager to being a mama. That's the moment I became a mother, because I knew right then at that very second that there was no way I was going to have an abortion. There was no way I was going to give up my child's life. There was no way that I was going to stand by and watch anything happen to my child other than something amazing. That's when I became a true mother. I knew then at that moment that I would do anything I had to take care of my child and to position my child for success in this life. That's what we need. We've got to have that shift from just carrying a baby or just fathering a baby to loving that baby more than we even love ourselves in the beginning. Now, when it comes to the education of the child, even in the beginning, you need to, I would suggest that you need to start reading to the child even in your stomach, and while the child is in your womb. Just choose a time of day, quiet everything down, turn down all the noise, and just read. It can be just a quick little story. It can be a paragraph or two. But the baby needs to hear your voice and needs to hear you being calm, needs to feel the calmness. The baby needs to just learn that there's going to be a time of day. Every day I'm going to feel the calmness and I'm going to hear the voice. Now, you would think, what good is that? The baby's not even born yet. But honestly, the baby will feel the calmness and start learning to hear your voice. But it's not just for the baby, it's also for you, so that you can get in this rhythm of reading to your baby every day. So when the baby is born, yeah, you're already in the rhythm. All you have to do is keep going. Keep reading to the baby each day. Each day. Every child deserves the best. Every one of them. It's up to us, parents, to give them the best. Now, I realize some parents were never given that. As toddlers, nobody sat them down in their laps and in a nice rocker or in a nice, quiet, cozy place and read a story to them. I realize that. I realize that some children, that as a child, many of us never experienced some of that. So we don't know how to do that as a parent. As one young man told me, he said, I was that child bounced from foster parent to foster parent to foster parent to foster parent. So I never even learned how to be a parent. Here is your opportunity. Here is your opportunity. So this is one of the great things to do in the beginning. Start reading to your unborn child. Something else, be healthy. That's why I said don't smoke or do drugs. You need to be healthy for your child's health. If you're carrying the child or you're the dad and you are around the child, you need to be healthy. Here is the question. Isn't your child important enough for you to make sacrifices? So you need to be healthy. You need to do things that are healthy, eat healthy, rest. You need to make sure that you're exercising, walking, moving around if the doctor says that that's good for you. But we've got to make changes as parents. Remember, this is all in the beginning. You've got to understand you are the most important person in your child's life. You and the things that you do and the things that you find out that are good and start implementing, those are the things your child needs. We are framing our children's lives. It's up to us to give them the best start that we possibly can. Not up to the grandparents, not up to the aunts and uncles or the neighbors or the people at daycare. No, it's up to us to give our children the absolute best start at life. And even if we didn't know what to do, now we do. So now let's get started. I'm going to ask you to subscribe and like to the YouTube channel. There will be many more to come of these lessons because we're teaching parents. We're teaching you how to be an amazing parent, not just an old parent. No, 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 but an amazing parent because your child deserves you to be an amazing parent for them. All right. I am Frazelma Lynn. I'm the Parenting 911 Coach. You can go to www.parenting911.org or you can go to www.amazingparenting.org and you can book a session with me. Let's get started on this journey. And I'll end with this. Whether you're a single parent or a married parent, or maybe you just went or you're going through a divorce and you realized you're pregnant. Those are not the requirements for being an amazing parent. Being an amazing parent is learning how to parent well. It's learning how to parent well and being willing to make the adjustments and do it. All right? In the beginning, we're starting off being as amazing as possible for our children. I'll see you in the next session.